not.
It's not
done,
published
but it's
yet.
not. It's not
Yes.
ready and in hand yet. But she is going to tell us a little bit about her book. And do you all know Stacy?
Stacy Cahill.
Stacy Cahill. I mean, I'm a
I
newbie
can,
to Lex.
yeah,
so
I can
maybe you
introduce
should
myself.
yourself.
Absolutely.
But Stacy is my massage therapist, and she's fabulous.
Thank you.
And has her place next door where she does massages and some counseling.
So, like she said, my name is Stacy Cahill. I've been in this area for probably over 20 years. I grew up here, so actually 40, but I don't count my primitive years just since I moved back. I am a counselor. I've been practicing for 23 years, and I am also a massage therapist. Been doing that for 11, and I just thought it would be fun to write a novel. Why I thought that was fun, I have no idea, because as I got into it, it just has been a labor of love. So about 7 years ago, my son did a project for human trafficking. It was an English project. He did some research, and he was presenting it to me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that happens here? And I knew it happened here because I'm a counselor and I have seen like several people that's happened to, but his numbers were like astounding to me, and I was just blown away. And so that put a little passion on my heart, and my kids were at the time 13 or 14 and 10. And so they're like right in that prime age of being groomed and getting coerced into human trafficking. So I really wanted to take that opportunity to learn more about it and to learn how to protect my own kids, as well as maybe like get it out there that human trafficking is real in small towns in Nebraska, and that it happens everywhere. So how many of you have seen The Sound of Freedom, that movie that came out?
Yeah, it looks good though.
Yeah. What did you think about it?
I knew about human trafficking. I thought I was gonna shock, but it wasn't. It was okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was not shocked
You weren't
at all.
shocked?
Like no,
Yeah.
it's because they made the PG.
Mm-hmm.
Is it PG-13? PG whatever. So they don't want to show like very crucial parts,
Right.
not showing at all. So like,
Yeah.
so if not about the sexual part, but like how they treat the kids and like as slaves. The main character was not just sexual slave, she also a labor slave too. So like, yeah. So they didn't really show, and I liked the movie, but I can say they didn't have enough money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very critical.
It's okay.
I'm not that
No.
nice.
It's okay.
Reviewer.
Well, thank you for your feedback. It was a good movie. I thought it was, without the budget, they did a pretty good job of portraying how it really is when people are trafficked. My beef with it was that it portrayed it, it's still very much like it happens to other people. It doesn't happen in America, and that's BS. Like 150 million people are trafficked in the United States, and that's a lot of people. So the reason I wrote this book was for people like your kids that are young and easily manipulated, and that we as adults need to be aware and protect our kids and protect our community, because I don't know, the other day my mom said, well, I saw this kid walking and a truck pulled up, and I thought, that's really weird. And I'm like, well, did you report it? And she said, no, I just didn't know what was going on. And so, I mean, it happens. Unfortunately, it happens here. The book that I wrote, it is set in a small town, such as Lexington. It's not Lexington, and this is completely fictional. And it is a story of a family that, how do I say that?
Intergenerational.
It's intergenerational trauma, basically. So the patriarch is a well-known attorney. He has lots of power. He's very much white and privileged, and then his son is a suicidal mortician who lost the love of his life, and they had a baby named Marley, who is the one who ends up getting trafficked. And so the story shows how all of those things play into how a person can become vulnerable to being coerced into trafficking. And then there's elements of hope and hoping to like show that even if you are in a situation where there's sexual abuse or trafficking, that you can heal, and it is something that people can move through and heal, I guess. So
It's with the publisher. It's being printed.
yes, it is currently, I just sent the final proofs to them, and it should be available in ebook version by August 15th is what I'm shooting for. I haven't had feedback on that, but it's close. I have the cover ready. That's done. So my end, what I can do to make this happen is done. And then the actual book in hand is going to be sometime in September. They told me like 45 days basically from the time that they have all the edits and everything typeset.
What's the title of your book?
It's called Traffic Stop Human Division.
And if you are open to a read that's hard, that is not sheltered, like
It's not PG-13.
it is, it's graphic. If you're open to it, sometime in the future, if you'd like to use it in your book study,
I wanted it to be real without being like gross. So I tried to honor what people actually go through without having a perp get it in his hands and get pleasure out of that. So I was very mindful about that. And there's a lot of spiritual connections in regards to how she comes through and heals, how the whole family does, really. So any questions or?
feedback.
Did it take you 7 years?
It took me 7 years.
From here, which is not uncommon. I mean, books don't come out in
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Well, and I'm I work full time. I have 2 careers basically. I was raising 2 kids. I just got married. What else? I don't know. I mean, there was a lot going on. I had a lot of things I was juggling. So I take 5-10 minutes every once in a while and do a little edit or create a chapter or whatever. And it took me a long time, but it's been, like I said, a labor of love, and I'm really passionate about human trafficking. I'm passionate about protecting innocence. I love children. I want them to, I want us all to feel safe in our own skin and to feel like, we belong. So that's all I got. And any feedback, I've never done this before. I've never talked about my novel really to anybody, so if you have any feedback on how I could do better or piece it together better.
I want to read it now.
I mean,
Thank you.
our book club doesn't shy away from difficult topics. We've read some things that, and I think that's something that we would be interested in discussing and having you back to answer more questions.
Okay.
I'm a little interested, not more, but as interested in your writing process. Did you belong to a writers group? Did you have a community of writers? How did you navigate all of that?
Like I do everything else in my life, I just get this, I'm gonna do
Wild
this.
hair.
No, I don't want to do this, but yes, I better do this because I felt like I was called. Like God put it on my heart to do this, and so I was like, no, for a long time. I was just like, I don't have time. What do you want? What do you want more? Do you want from me?
And there was a lot of exposure and vulnerability
Yeah.
that you needed to face.
Yeah. Because I live in a small town, because everybody knows me or thinks, I don't know what they think of me and I don't care, but I'm a counselor and I'm supposed to have all my shit together, and all this. Sorry. And not that I was trafficked or that I had any kind of anything, but this weighs on my heart when I listen to people day in and day out about the suffering that they experience, and I just, so I she's been my sounding board and my editor, and we've wrestled a long time to get this.
It has strengthened our friendship.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's very brave of you.
Thank you.
I can tell that it really you care about it.
Yeah. And you know, if I ever like have more speaking engagements, I'm gonna bawl, because I just do. I mean, because I feel very passionate about it, and it's important to me. So.
Well, congratulations. That's
Thank
a huge,
you.
I mean, huge accomplishment.
Yeah. Well, I'm
And, you
I'm
know,
gonna
what
be
a big
super excited
accomplishment,
to get in my hands.
And I think, you know, unfortunately, it's unfortunate that that we have to have those conversations because it is so real.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's
Mhm.
actual trafficking or other forms of sexual abuse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think some people are just more comfortable turning a blind eye and pretending it's not real, and I don't know. I'm just trying to help educate and inform.
And if we can get it in the hands of parents, we can help.
And educators and
All
doctors
age
and,
groups.
yeah, whoever works with kids, because you guys are important. So thank you so much for letting me speak.
Yes,
And
well, let us know or bring the book to us when you have it, and then we will certainly, as it becomes more available, be able to put it on our calendar for when we're gonna read it.
cool. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.